Ah. Hello people, it's me, Lebluini, and we are back with Caelum, the Age of Coldness and Death. Well, we are going on with Hilmar Valgar Peterson's journey to conquer the world. Not much news to report except for a failed trade. Apparently the player who wanted me to forge something for him accidentally sent the gems to the wrong player. So we now have a winged pair of shoes we can't really use because most of our commanders can all fly anyway. Well, that sometimes happens. You lost a crippled Caelum, sorry guy, and another one, lost another one. How the hell did these guys even get crippled? Didn't they stay around in the... Ah, fuck it. I guess they got dinged up in some of the earlier battles and I just didn't notice. Then in Osense, we have Andramania attacking Raga and winning with one of these guys. Nature, Astral and Fire. With a chance of Earth, Astral and Fire. And a very tiny chance of either Death or Blood. Ah yeah, dog-headed wizards. No, that's funny. And at least they have some protection and hit points. So they're one of the few wizards that don't immediately keel over dead as soon as someone looks at them. This is... oh wait, I have conversations on Discord going on which blocks the lower half for my screen, but I wanted to look at... yeah, gluttony free, so this means they eat more supplies than normal. At least it's commander units, but I'm guessing if this... yeah, those dog people are all very hungry. I think 3 means... how was that calculated? I think 1 point of supplies for 1 size or something. So this means this unit would normally be eating 4 supply points, I think, and this would add 3 more, so eating like a size 7 monster. That's a lot, I think. I never actually thought about supplies in terms of calculations. Well, and then we have this battle here where Andramania Raga lands on Andramania itself, locking down the capital, I think, for the 2nd time now. So Andramania's war isn't doing well. Yeah, balls, it's shit. And yeah, before I can even find the proper words in English, they're all dead. They even have a Turan elephant rider. They have less, the riders have less moral than ours, and the war elephant is also a shittier version of our mammoth. But they can too trample, and so they're useful. But you may notice there's only one, because yeah, recruiting them past mid-game, past the early game, is a bit risky. I can only afford to do it because ours are better. Now, blood magic rituals are cheaper this month, good for the late age, but my nation has the weird gimmick of astral and death. Blood is not very easy for us. At least our first fortresses are finished, we still have some money left over. This is still going, and we have lab and temple. Before we're doing the military crap, let me think. Yeah, we only have money for 1. Laboratory and temple are finished. Oh, okay. This makes it easier, because now she can do some site searching while she is here. And this guy, my friend, can immediately continue and make our fortress a little bit bigger. Faircliff, well, I can't launch the extension next turn and then move our priest mages here, our flying sorcerers, so we can upgrade Faircliff up to standards. Then next, our building fortress up there. So, wait, Osenza was... Oh yeah, that was Raga, right? I keep forgetting that they sniped this connection here off. Too bad, I think it's probably against the pale to just take it now. Wait a minute, I have to pause this because there are some questions on Discord from the player with the failed trade. Let's pause this for a second. Okay, so I'm back. And some last minute exchange meant that I already unpaused the recording. So now I have another stretch to cut out. Yay me! So the thing is, apparently the other player fucked up and sent 12 astral pearls to some random player who is now getting a little gift. He actually just suggested I should sell them the winged shoes for the astral pearls, but I somehow doubt the other player would be actually doing this. I mean, all the other players to do is stay silent and it will simply never be discovered. The ultimate scam, even though it depended on someone else's stupidity. But, well, shit like this happens. I can't really complain since there are a lot of turns I didn't do anything and just stayed out because I was too tired. So I understand being too tired and accidentally sending stuff to the wrong guy. But for this reason I'm normally making screenshots of my stuff before I'm sending something. Which in this case is of course a bit complicated since magic items, pythium. Because see, this pair of winged shoes is not going anywhere now that I'm not getting anything. Well, and that was a loss. So next up, my own fortress. I've decided to go 4 storm spools. If I now just could manage to actually click like a non-idiot. So now I have this ready. So, and I guess I have to collect the undead here in the capital. Oh, yeah, and another magic item is ready. This skull stuff. Yeah, so we have this lion pad that gives invulnerability. And that's actually fairly nice. And I have the black bow of Brutal. Still no idea what to do with that thing. And I have a Demon Bane, which gives more hit points and fire resistance. And also does some magic weapon. It's also 200 and has a length of 2. And it does anti-demon damage. That's interesting. Also got a Berserker Pelt, which just berserks someone. It's of limited value. But invulnerability is actually fairly nice. I guess I could get this stuff to my best mage right now. Just to be careful that it doesn't do anything else. It does some encumbrance, but it gives some protection. And it's counted as honor armor. So no tiny damage pricks won't even get through to this guy. Which is good because as a bird people man and old, he has a hit point count of 8, so not exactly the best guy ever to survive hits. Storm Spools is wasted, Winged Shoes is wasted. I can get someone to... Okay, you can go back to research now, until I need you. And this guy got a Hunter's Knife. Huh, well... Since it's now apparently in season to give weird weapons to my Raven Lords, the second one gets the Demon Bane Sword, since he's probably more likely to get into fights that the random indies I sometimes get up. And I guess you can now have... oh, I got a bow slot now. That's new. Normally in Dominance 5 and earlier, a bow was just a 200 weapon that would take away the weapon and shield slots. Let's test this with the Bow of Botulf. Ah, that's interesting. Yeah. So from Dominion 6 and forward, and I didn't even notice this in all my months of playing, apparently it is now that a bow is now a secondary weapon attack, which means apparently we have now entered the logic where people can put their bow away even if they are commanders. Now I wish I had used bows more in Dominions 5 and 4, because I have absolutely no idea if I'm not completely wrong with this. But still, the black bow has a lot of range and does magic damage. Even more than the short sword he comes normally equipped with. So I guess I can put him to firing on the enemy. And... fuck, you should continue building, please. At least I got the money back, but I accidentally cancelled the building because I am smart, you see. So we're now up to 4 fortresses, and the 5th one is... build palisades, my friend? 1 month. So next month this one is also ready to rumble. And since I have an... oh yeah. Now I have to do priorities. I have 1 extra turn until my priest mage arrives in Faircliff. Oh wait. I am doing this wrong way around. So next turn we'll be immediately extending the fortress in Palgrave to protect our throne and send the mage lady over. And then 1 turn from here she can do side searching while Ecos starts extending Faircliff. And then the turn after that she can start building another temple and lab and so on. So right now our temple count is up to 4 and we're getting a 5th one soon. Then we have temples in all our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fortresses. Vida Fanan is collecting more wayward units. Next up is Centura, where these guys are chilling out. And we can grab these guys now. Oh wow, what am I doing with these? Well, they can fly, so they are not slowing down my pretender. So you get some useless bodyguards. Oh wow, the attack skill of 9, and at least they can catch 1 or 2 spells with their stupid faces while my pretender does something, I guess. So now I have combined all these forces here. 188 units, including my pretender. And yeah, as I thought, Femini sniped the Old Man Mountains. I have no idea why this player is hurting himself so much. But okay. We're going into the Troll Canyon because this way we can at least get a new castle that's already fully built. Well, technically... oh, it is a castle? Well, that saves a lot of money. It's something like 1000 plus 600 plus 600. So yeah, that's a lot of pounds of gold we are saving by taking over Troll Canyons. And in case this army comes back, well, I have more than enough troops in other forts now. 11. Okay, let's say 16 is enough for now. And rear, because, yeah. Yeah, there is no reason not to go all in with a stealth commander, because this guy is... well, if he loses the battle, he's running away, and then if he's surrounded by enemy provinces, he will immediately die anyway. So she should get to stabbing with his little hunter's knife. Either he wins, or they all die. Putting them a bit back because it doesn't matter where they are. I put the commander in the middle, so he... I mean, it could still be that he's eating a bunch of balls, but if he's dying that fast, then... yeah, Okay, it's a compromise, because if I'm taking him out of Trigroup, he is not in less danger of getting sniped by long-range bow fires. But yeah, okay, it's normally hold attack rear is good against everything that leaves their leaders in the back row, and sometimes it helps if people who lump everything together in the middle get a couple turns to let their normal units march away from their mages and leaders. But nothing can really solve everything, so I leave it like this for now. But the one with the more expensive weapon will probably get instead and immediately attacks. After all, they are not sacred, so there is absolutely nothing they can do. Yeah, let's leave it at that. I thought first I could maybe set them to hold 2 turns and then attack, and let the troops immediately attack, but the drawback of this is this could mean that my commander is searching out the wrong target, and then he has just his 3 bodyguards. While this way, by giving both the leader and the army squadron the same orders, I hope they're still together when battle starts. And oh yeah, I've started collecting idiots here. None of them are our auto searchers, because instead they are the homegrown harp serfs I've been collecting. Where are our searchers, by the way? Of course, searching now here, and oh, there is our deaf guy at least. And here's our air guy. I have to say that I have a strange search pattern. He apparently did some indie strike. And we're still sending scouts over here. Glimmering Fields has a Wettiheim castle that's under siege. Tianxi is over here and conflicting with Agatha, possibly. At least it looks a bit weird from... Oh, and Agatha is kind of small-ish. So we have to kind of hope that's done by Tianxi. Patala is big enough already. And there is, of course, these guys. There are... Pythium. Ah, yes. Oh, yes, that was the player who wanted the winged shoes. Huh. Well, I understand him not wishing to send 24 powers to get one pair of shoes that takes 10 games to forge. But again, I'm also not under obligation to send an item for free, so... I guess if the player who gets the pearls speaks up, we can all laugh about it. Ah yeah, I can't look... Oh, I can look up history. Conquered Andromeda and then Raga. Oh, wrong direction from down up. So first Raga, then Andromeda. Yeah, see, this is problem. This connection province looks perfectly as if it would fit in our borders, but I have to keep remind myself it's one of Raga's provinces actually. And this one is, yeah, a bit weird, I have to say. I'm just lucky I have this giant block of the sacreds. Because, and our flyers, of course, some of them set to attack rear. Because this means if some surprise army of mages shows up, like we've seen in earlier turns, we'll get absolutely dumpster trying to step into our territory. And then I guess I have to deal with Femini somewhere. I mean, holy fuck. They come from the west and marched all the way up here and squeezed in. That's kind of stupid. Because I somehow doubt that Raga will just let them stay there. And if they march in next, I'm probably taking Old Man Mountains anyway. Walrest is already a guardian initialized. Now we need more scouts. Oh, they are still indies? Can that be? Or is this one of those cases where these guys have special invisibility powers like the Jin Nation of Yuga? Anyway, things are continuing apace, so we can now do the real stuff. See, you get a storm spool. Whoop. Perfect. Then, who's next? Yeah, I'm trying to get the combination with water, because water as a third path I probably won't gonna need, so it doesn't matter if I put those now to turbo ritual spelling. So Cosman Construction should now give me more than just one guy. So monthly, this means it will continue as long as we have GAMs ready to pay. And the second storm spooler is this guy. Same thing. Now we are paying 2 air GAMs per turn. We're still air GAM neutral. And should get 6 course constructs each turn. 50 units that can shock someone if they're hurting them. Our strange strategy has begun. So now the second flyers go here and those go here. So now we're already building up the next army. And we can continue. Oh, yeah. The next Harab Elder is there, and they're kind of super important now, because their undead leadership is... Oh wait, it's now here. I'm still thinking with the old game where you had to click here to see the stats. That's not normal leadership. But in Dominion 6 now, like I probably should have said at some point, magic and undead leadership are now displayed on the front page of the stat page. And undead leadership, as you can see, is a lot. So the Harab serfs, the elders, are sorely needed. So the others aren't too bad either. A normal Harab serf has undead leadership 50. And I'm trying to find someone with... Oh, there is one. And 100, because undead leadership goes up per magic path level in death, logically. You can even see this by taking this staff away, because now his undead leadership is 150. If we give him the staff, it's 200, see? 50 per level, easy as it goes. Of course, this means someone with undead magic level 10 would mean that he can command 500 undead, which is a lot. I'm just glad that each of my stupid little mages can carry around 50 undead idiots, because we will going to collect a lot if we get the time for preparation. So this means Millgate is now officially collecting mages for research, while my capital is now officially collecting mages for insanity reasons. Yeah, and then next turn we'll have to stop, because more than 2 at the same time is actually not possible, but I want to prepare for hopefully finally finding 1 or 2 additional sources of air magic. That would help a lot. +4 alone would mean we could, without actually losing progress, go from 6 course constructs to 12 per turn, which is massive. And I fully intend to use most of our air games this way. Now we just have to find a way to trade away our other gem types. Also, we need more Astral probably. That's why I wanted to trade Astral. Well, now I am down 10 air gems. Well, you lose some, or something like that. Anyway, our secret plan has started, and our stupid army is trying to get Troll Canyons next. This huge block of idiots is also here. I have to maybe do something involving assassination. I can't think of something. I mean, those are also all living units. And Springhawks. I keep forgetting Springhawks. The Hill Giant is kind of irrelevant because the Umar Apkalu is the ancient Eastern magic weirdo who is probably responsible for most of what we are seeing here and is probably really, really powerful because it looks like a level 3 throne. That probably time for a concerted effort here. Probably one way to test our massive shock-resistant undead if it comes to this, because if I put them all in front, the Spring Hawks will be uselessly shoot shit into them. So right now I'm still recruiting normal units mostly, but of course the Storm Guards also have a lot of shock resistance, so it could be that if I have enough of them I could just set them to attack in front. Now it's the important thing, I have to keep my scout here, because before I'm messing with this shit I have to ping the drone to see where exactly the Spring Hawks are, so I can optimally put something in their way. A bit tricky since they can't fly, but the independent AI will probably go immediately for whatever they can see. Heavy cavalry and yeah, that's a lot of big beefy guys and a lot of those stupid Springhawks. So that's some way off in the future. So since our trade has kind of faltered, I'm giving up and finish the turn. Libluini out. Okay, a small addendum to my last turn. It turns out the player of Pythium, who wanted my winged shoes, accidentally didn't send any pearls, so he apologized and is promising to send the pearls now. And since my winged shoes are now getting paid, I actually have to send the things now. So I'll do it right now. Since I was talking about this bad failed trade so a lot, I thought I should add a little bit where I'm saying, yeah, it's solved, it's now done. The winged shoes are going out. The next turn I'm getting 12 pearls, so the 10 air gems I used in forging aren't wasted anymore. So winged shoes to Pythium. So let's see. Hope this works out. See you next turn. Yeah, it's me again, and it's time for Caelum. Yes, it's late age, blood, death, destruction, astral magic, and CCP. This time things are kind of heating up with our little miniature invasion of a doomed player. We go continue our research, enchantment this time because there are some neat little things for death mages. Then Agatha sends someone to get the lower throne of the Catonian Taco Bell aftermath. Yeah, that's interesting. But so you just got our own throne claiming in time since it started already. Then we managed to make a Goldsman 6 times in a row. Then we keep searching in vain and keep not finding anything. It's kind of annoying. Then our invasion in Troll Canyon was a huge battle, a lot more than I thought possible. First off, the province defense was kind of high. They had a lot of units here. So that must have been some kind of major financial investment. But I guess if you're doomed anyway, you can do whatever the hell you want with your money. As you can see, even the basic province defense killed a lot before they all died. Same thing, there was a patrolling army sitting here, and while in theory we should now have easy time after we killed most of them. Let's check this first. We have started to destroy it. The walls are lightly damaged. Yeah, okay, that's painful. At least we have our own fortress finished. Then we lost a scout. There was a Drake Lord with some cave knights in the province defense. Yeah, that scout is toast. Retreat details was killed. Yes, of course. The Curse of the Scout. One good event, we got Stymphalian Rings. Oh, that's great. That's an item that lets units fly. Commanders fly, sorry. That's not something we need, but thank you, game. At least we also got a lab we don't need. The astral parts and the other games, however, those are neat. Thank you, game. In Lomark we see a battle between Agatha and Raga, and Raga was only second winner. We even see a behemoth, which is like a big undead elephant. They don't have riders, despite the graphics showing them, because they're not really cavalry units. Don't know if this is an oversight or if the developers thought this was funny or something. Back to Troll Canyon. Nope. Here. As you can see, our losses were kind of heavy. All our cheap infantry died or was decimated, and our poor storm gods all died without doing much of anything. So we lost 86 units and combined killed 75. I really hope those dog people are at least expensive. Otherwise, I'm just kind of glad that Andromania is now soon dead. That's a huge liability removed from our borders. Also, as you can see, Mammoth Riders kind of struggle against huge beefy units. Our Elfbones, however, did take some losses. Well, holy fuck, I had 82 of them. Good planning on my part. But they did also most of the killing. Thanks to my bless keeping them alive. Oh, let's take it now, a closer look. First, we killed one of those apprentice mages. Dog mages with lots of hit points and some protection. They're nature mages who have a chance of gaining one path in either fire, earth or astral. And as always, astral is probably the more useful one, since that's a lot of application. They are also kind of fighty, with an attack skill of 11 and 2 attacks. They can actually do some damage if they have to defend themselves. Then the Calistri mages. They are real mages, and like with everything in this dog people nation, they're actually fairly beefy for mages. Again, 2 attacks since they all can bite. It's kind of unfair. Humans can bite too. It's just should do less damage, obviously. They are fairly strong nature mages with some astral and fire. And astral of course means they can power up if they have other astral mages and some pearls. And wow, they get an additional path in fire, earth or astral, and even have a 10% chance for either getting blood or death for even more paths. So they are fairly good mages in other words. And they both died. Good for us. The Calistri Pikeneers are just some basic infantry unit, but with really good attack skills, and again, double attack, so they are hideously dangerous if you get too close to them. With the unusual amount of hit points and the high protection, they can survive a lot, and Andromania's military is smarter than a lot of other weird non-humanoid nations. Or non-human nations, I should say, since they are still somewhat humanoid, those dog people. Anyway, they have helmets. Smart. Very smart doggies. Anyways, they killed a lot and then died. Then we have the province defense, which has a lot of this shit. I have the feeling Troll Canyon might have had dog people on its own, because that's a lot of dog people province, and apparently not a single normal defender. I'm just glad that's done with now. The Calistri soldier are again good infantry, huge and double attack, and they can see in the dark. Always funny if you can set up darkness. Calistri footman, more of the same I would say. Their magic resistance isn't too great, but we're still not really footmen, yeah. I keep confusing them because they all have different names, but their stats are probably just 1 or 2 numbers being different here. They also had crossbowmen who did a lot of killing. Now their attack skill isn't too pretty, but they don't need to, because they have a crossbow with armor piercing damage, remember? Ammunition 12 is enough for 24 turns, since they can only shoot every second turn. But yeah, they're a huge danger, especially because, like all of Andromania's units, they have high protection and more hit points than normal units, and a helmet, so they're really good protected. And since they're also good basic infantry, and they have fucking 2 melee attacks, they are hard to deal with normally. It's one of the cases where you really want big battle magic. The Pikeneers, same thing. Killing... Oh wait, I'm slipping here. The Footmen. They are the second group who first killed a lot, then died a lot. Just that from the numbers I'm guessing that eventually more of them ran away than died. Let's take a look at a little video inside a video. Let's make something detailed. We have our big blocks of idiots here. They're shooting a lot. And we have this blob of insane assholes here. Now they're ready to rumble. Ironically, they are still small enough they should get some trample damage. But we also have huge problems with... Holy fuck. Our member of Red are really determined to get to the back row. I have no idea if this is an AI failure or what. Oh, finally, the stomping begins. As a reminder, our basic infantry has an attack skill of 10, while those have a basic attack skill of 12, so they are gonna hit a lot. And with basic damage of 12 against our extremely low... Oh wow, this one is already almost dead. Yeah, so 12 hit points. Okay, our protection could negate this, but this is all about dice rolls, remember? So our troops have a higher chance of getting absolutely demonsterized, torn apart on the battlefield. At least our Earthbounds managed to kill a good number with their own bows. And since they have reinvigoration and Twist Fate, they can at least survive a coup blitz, and the insane protection should help them. And then the battle line is starting here. Our second block is still firing across the lines, doing here and there some damage. And then it's down to the meaty part. Rabbits sticking in flesh and doing the killing. Oh, and some magic kills some more. Now our mammoths, meanwhile, have lost the big stomping and run away. At least they did keep some of the units back here. So obviously some of those are the crossbowmen who are a bit lower in numbers now. But I'm guessing the reason for the mammoths to have failed is that they ate too many balls. And now the retreat begins. Let's speed things up. Unbelievable that our Earthbound still had so much ammunition left over. So yeah, so that was a successful battle, but it was costly. Again, I'm really glad that we don't have to fight these guys anymore soon. 15 ran away and 12 survived. And of course now there aren't enough troops to make this speedy. Well, at least I have already some weirdos lined up here. Just to give my siege a little bit of strength. Yeah, I guess I can keep collecting more stuff. And then park those idiots here on the fortification. This one is a full castle. No wonder things are going slow. Because while we still have a siege strength that's kind of admirable, this still means that with the innate defenses and surviving defenders, it's something like we were probably scratching about. Now let's see, it's probably defense of something like 75 to 80. That would be even if the castle is almost empty. So we are scratching less than 100 each turn from our this 1000 here. So we should be at 900 now, 800, 700, and then things should speed up a lot. Well, Hilmar doesn't need to be here, it's just a stupid risk, so he can go back to our capital. So since we now have some money left over, we can do some additional shit. Yeah, this guy was... Oh, Deutsch, this... yeah, this guy. Paul, this name. So he was here and didn't find anything. Our lady here didn't find anything either, so now I sent her to Faircliff to do some more buildings. Fortress is still growing here. This thing is finished for now. So now we have some money left over this turn, so I can order my friend Yishdi to upgrade this into a proper fortress, and I have still some money left over. Well, Yishdi has nothing ready, so you can have some troops, I guess. But hey, I also have this guy here. Let's see. Ulm is expanding, but Rettiheim is getting back at them. Let's see what's going on here. Did Rettiheim actually win? It seems they lost the fortress in Glimmering Fields, at least. There's some more movements here. I have to see more. Patada is still not done with Bogarus. Oh, this is Agatha. So Agatha seems to have invaded Raga. And since Raga is fucking gigantic, they may soon come back from Andaramania. Yeah, okay, I thought Andaramania was completely dead, but now, as it often happens in this game, another player has invaded Raga instead. Well, depends on how good Raga is at dealing with those buff big dogs. I guess I have to move the scout away. We won't be seeing any impressive battles if we do this, but we have to see how much Andaramania is still left over. Then there is this stupid province here. Does Raga not want Osense back? Well, I need all the troops I have here for the siege right now. So let's wait a minute. If Raga doesn't move anything next turn, I'll probably get Osense for myself. Yeah, okay, I have this big block of idiots moving in. Should be enough to overcome the province defense of Osense. Especially since Andaramania doesn't have any more money put in here. I think I might even have pulverized the army coming back from Osense somehow. Depending how this contact battle went from the side of the game. There are some dice rolls involved after all. So back to Caelum. We are still Harab Eldering here and trying to upgrade our forces to a higher standard by replacing our raptors with the storm guards. We have run out of recruitment points, so there is nothing we can recruit anymore here. Here there is things going on, yes, so I'm trying to get at least both up to 20 or something. See, what can you do here? Well, mammoths are probably a liability here at this point. What I need is an endless series of Earthbound, I guess. Oh, Storm Guards. expensive, good in defense, bad in offense. At least they could have done better if there weren't quite so many crossbowmen, and of course it's now summer, so they are kind of shit. The only good thing is that since we are now in summer, we'll soon have them getting better and better. So hopefully I can attack in the deepest of winter. This means then that we could. Yeah, but we don't want to invade at heat too, so let's hope that as soon as we have some cold there in the winter we can attack and have bonus protection. And again, we could recruit units who don't have this problem, but they also have lower protection to begin with. And yeah, they don't have any magic defense, so it's kind of makes them bad. So let's see what can I do here. Do I need some? I could of course get some more mages. Let's do this. A herb serve isn't too expensive. Oh, wow. Yeah, I keep forgetting. The basic fortress doesn't allow a lot of commander recruiting. Now we have these guys. And some cheap oh, wow. There's really not much resources here. Yeah, let's do it like this. Wow, -1. Well, then I better recruit somewhere else. But this guy can have some very basic units as defenders. And I have to make sure that I'm not... Oh, I could recruit mages here. There is a lot of shit I could recruit here. Let's do it like this. 1, 2... Yeah, okay. And cheap arrows. Yeah, at this point I'm slowly running out of money. 175. Well, let's take one out and Arab serifs. The more mages, the better. So of course I can still do full-on recruiting like this because it's take a while with we only paying money in most castles every second turn or something. But of course this fortress and this one will soon be finished. Next turn our extra money has to go into... Yeah, okay. Next turn I can freely choose if I build something up here or... Oh yeah, now I remember my plan from last time. So next turn Ecos can start improving Faircliff while our lady here can search for magic sites. And then she can start building laboratory and temple here. Yeah, and we have this new laboratory here. Oh great, I guess I have to remember in the far future if I manage to get some blood mages I can do something here, maybe? I don't know. Sometimes random events are strange. So the last part is now we have these two here making courses. And I know you want to see what I'm doing here, but let's get dangerous first. So, for 2 air games we got these 6 things. They are slightly bigger than normal units and beefier, while they also have 0 protection, so they are still getting hurt a lot if anything hits them. Their stats are of course terrible, they're just some huge dudes, and basically any unit at all will have trouble getting hurt by them. And even if they get hit, they only have a fist, which does some damage. And if it weren't for their high strength, it would be even more terrible just hitting people. On the other hand, since they are mindless and don't need supplies and are inanimate And undead, there are a lot of spells they're immune against. They're also poison resistant, obviously, cold and shock resistant. They're also poor amphibians. This means they get penalties to their stats underwater, which we can ignore since these guys aren't going to hit anything anyway. We can ignore that part. Also important since they don't count as actual undead and more like constructs. They have the never heals tag. So normally the game assumes that if a unit or commander survives a battle, as long as they don't have permanent afflictions, they heal their hit points back up to full when a new turn starts. So even if you have one battle after another each turn, since each turn is a full month, the game simply assumes the unit regenerates back to full health. But statues and other types of constructs can't heal. So if you chip some body parts of our constructs, then next turn, in the next battle, they will start with all the hit points they already lost in the first battle. So this can of course be awful if you don't look for this. The good thing is, if you hit a laboratory, this won't be an issue because this will untech them. Basically, they will suddenly heal like normal units as long as they are at the end of the turn standing in a province with a laboratory. Nice to know. The most important thing of those shitheads, except that they are of course big and beefy and completely cheap, is that they are overcharged. Overcharged one means that they have one charge per battle, and if the electric discharge is done, they are just dumb zombies and nothing else. They ain't gonna get running away with their infinity moral and them being mindless things instead of people. But still, they're not doing anything except overcharging. This, but on the other hand, means that anyone attacking them will be damaged and stunned, and then look like dumb assholes. And if they are stunned, then even the tiny attack skill of the course constructs can hurt them, because stunning, like being surrounded or being unconscious, comes with some really bad penalties to someone's attack and defense skills. Well, defense skills mostly, because a unit that can't do anything won't be able to attack in the first place. So, obviously having 6 won't do us any good in the long run. I can give them to this guy now. Hey, since... Wait, no, oh, yeah, this guy is invulnerable because he had this lion parrot lying around. But as you may see, he doesn't have shock resistance. So we of course don't want to give him these guys, because if they're too close to him, it could might end up having some weird and deadly interaction. Do I have some? Oh yes, of course. Let's give him to some storm guards, so he has some actually useful bodyguards. Probably will change after this guy gets undeadified eventually. That's in the future still. And those are extremely slowly, so it makes no sense to have them wait around for a turn. You'll just want to have them shamble slowly forwards and soak up hits. And if the enemy is stupid enough to touch them, they're in for a really bad surprise. So now I have those. The first step, I'll try to untangle those new blocks for our future armies. Holy fucking shit, I have recruited a lot of mages and then I just forgot about them. Let's tear them all about here. Could be disastrous against other flyers, but of course, if that happens, I have to change my attack. So, now we have 6. Not a lot. But now I can, for a while, stop making storm spools, because we need more air games first, So, fire. No, you can research. Is there anyone else with water mixed in? Or is it just the... Take this guy here. You can have a storm spool. Yeah, that's the Stymphalian wings. An armor that gives a lot of extra bonus skills, but also a lot of shitty things like -4 attack skill. But it gives trample because you're now bigger and heavier, and you can fly. Cannot use by mounted units because the poor animal. It takes actually a lot of gems to forge, but it's something that needs a little niche. I guess if I get some kind of monster with an armor slot, a monster that is also terrible at fighting someone, I could give this to them. I mean, if I unlock the astral spell that makes units into commanders, I could, for example, give this one of our undeads with their overcharged bodies, since they already have an attack skill of practical -5 or something, so making it even less is completely irrelevant. But they come with fear, so fear +5 adds on top of this. They're already fairly big, so them not gaining trample is useful, and they can fly. And they suddenly have 35 hit points, plus of course they suddenly have protection to waste. And encumbrance is useless on undead units since they don't get encumbered ever. Okay, you can also go back to research now, thank you. And this means I can now again check monthly ritual and go Horseman construction for 1 gem each. And this guy can join in again and again. So now we're up to 4, and in a while we have to probably go back to 2 again because I can't seem to find more air gems. I know the late age is a bit low on gems, but this is terrible. Fucking hell. Not even our pretender could find anything. I guess I have to abuse our pretender to do some heavy duty site searching, because at least with him we just lose a little bit of research instead of gems. Because that's of course the alternative. Using our 2 level 2 mages to just do a magical site search. But yeah, for now, until we are forced to stop, we have now 3, 6, 9, 12 of those monsters per turn. It's of course only the beginning, but to really go crazy with this, we need more air income. Also, of course, our little trading partner again forgot to send us the astral pearls he promised for the winged shoes. So I guess I have to drop him another reminder. And I guess if he just can't bring himself to pay, then I'll have to put him on a blacklist for the future or something. A little note telling me to not trade with him again. Because I can understand making 1 or 2 errors, but this is getting a comedy of errors by now. Yeah, too bad. Mostly people are okay with trading, but sometimes you have a dud. Considering that I'm sometimes also a bit too tired from playing my turns far too late, I will still give him the benefit of the doubt, but seriously, man. Well, that's it for this turn, I guess. Research continues. Yeah, okay. Do we need some more conjuration, maybe? It probably gets then on the time to get some of our astral stuff online. So we'll switch over to that to get some more basic levels there and unlock some summons. And that's it for this turn. Our weird plan has begun, and the Troll Canyons has been a bit harder than I thought. We'll keep our Sacreds there to keep the Troll Canyon bottled up, and next turn I'll decide if Raga is too busy to defend Ozenzo, or if the unit sticking here will be doing some fast reconquest next turn. Let's see what happens then. So, Libluini out.